They tried the bureaucratic version first, but the form's an affiliation. The organizational chart with my name and my designation, somewhere beneath someone else's. I read it with the patience of a man who understands that hierarchical arrangement. For those who need the structure to define their perimeter, I handed it back unmarked with the quiet of the sinister. Courtesy said I appreciate the invitation, but I don't subordinate, that's not negotiation. That's just anatomy. The wolf with the wears the collar has already forfeited the thing that made it taller than the ones who want a collar has already amputated the essential. I'm not built to be domesticated, not from pride, from the physiological incompatibility between what I am and any form of captive quality. Wolves don't wear collars, that's not rebellion, that's biology. But the posturing assaulted, performing this mythology, just the unalterable fact of a particular zoology. Some things cannot be leashed without the theology of what they were dissolved into apology. I am what I am, uncollarless. That's the only eulogy I'll ever need. But the domesticated version of a dangerous thing is tragedy, just convenience, the systematic atrophy of what made it necessary, what made it elemental. Watch men trade the pharaoh for the sentimental comfort of belonging somewhere at the validated seat at someone else's table at the knee of a depleted identity, assigned by institutional decree. And I watch behind their eyes go Gretchen us to breed into something manageable, something palatable, something known. I prefer the unmanageable, prefer to walk alone through territories known to nobody sanctioned, nobody surveyed, making my own choreography as a burst and stay true to the original, the thing before the taming, the unextinguished flame. Wolves don't wear collars, that's not rebellion, that's biology. Not the posturing of something, performing this mythology, just the unalterable fact of a particular zoology. Some things cannot be leashed without the theology of what they were dissolved into apology. I am what I am, uncollarless. That's the only eulogy I'll ever need. Don't confuse the unleashed with the undisciplined. That's the fundamental misreading. The wolf has more protocol than the collar dog, more intricate governance of its own conduct, more sophisticated hierarchy, more nuanced construct of the pack's architecture. What it lacks is the external imposition of supplementary and nocturnal control of someone else's hand upon the leash. I govern myself with something fiercer than the least of my behavior could produce. The internalized ferocity of a man who chose his own code, reciprocity to his own nature, not to any external ordinance. My dipsolate does on my meanness, the dominance. The dog collar can't replicate the sovereignty of the self-regulated. The wolf who chose his own law unmediated. I've been offered every version of the collar you could want, everyone's thorns disguised as opportunity, as a front, as my autonomy dressed up as partnership instruction. Every elegant attempt to introduce a puncture in the membrane of my independence, I declined each one with the same unhurried clarity of mind. Not because I can't collaborate, the wolf runs with the pack, but the pack doesn't own the wolf. There's no contract, no payback, just a mutual recognition of the territorial imperative. We move together when the movement serves at the garage. If I'm no permanent submission, that's the covenant I keep. Alliance without ownership, that's the only treaty underneath my signature. Everything else is just a collar for longer leave. Territory, just the unassigned art and the obligatory. This is what uncolored feels like, knowing that the only leash, that the only leash